let's go to the Calibration tab. Here you can do actually three things. You can correlate your inductive electrification unit to milligram per cubic meter. You can insert a regression curve to make your display showing milligram per cubic meter. And you can correlate your milliamp output to the milligram per cubic meter or to the inductive electrification unit. Let's start with the multipoint calibration. As a default, we have set 0 IEU to be 0 milligram per cubic meter and 4 million IU to be 100 milligram per cubic meter. Note, these are default values which we have captured in our lab based on a standard test dust. In your application, these values may vary quite a bit. Now, if we want to change them, we have two possibilities. Either we get the discrete value from gravimetric sampling and we know our averages by heart, or we have noted them, we just simply can key it in here. Like, let's say 500,000 equals 5 milligram. Let's insert that. And enable. Look, now comes a very important message. As we have now 3 points, which are not necessarily on one line, we can calibrate to a very nonlinear response. If we do that, we will have something like this here. Now, if you calibrate a second point, I would be, let's say, very careful in keeping that. If you are sure you want that band, keep it. Usually, I would recommend to delete the default point. So now your response would be from 0 to 500,000 IUs linear, and it would represent 0 and 5 milligram. Another way of setting that is to set from history. So if you click this, we can choose a time period, either here by keying in discrete values, or like here, let's say the last hour. What we have here is the average value of the last hour in IEU, and if we know how many milligram these were, let's say 10 milligram, we insert that. Now we have a point, quite steep high. I would delete that third one, enable that, save. Up, save. So now we have calibrated it, still going through 0, and 10 milligram would equal 135,647. Still, we have not enabled the calibration. We need to click this here, save. As you can see, I have resetted the instrument to show the default values of 0 IU equals 0 milligram per cubic meter and 4 million equals 100 milligram per cubic meter. Now, as the header already says, it's a multi-point calibration. That means we have the possibility to insert multiple points. Let's do that. Let's say here we have now 4 million. Let's say we put in a third point where we say 1 million equals let's say 15 milligram per cubic meter. We insert that point, we activate the point, and what we get here is a pop-up window. 2 points are already selected. The calibration would be non-linear. Do you want to continue? Let's say yes. And what we get is a banded output over 3 points. There is even the possibility to drag and drop that point with your mouse. So this is a very powerful tool, which of course need to be handled with care.